Lu Yu traveled to another parallel world and obtained an app called Alien Game Company, recruiting various alien programmers to remake some classic games from their past lives, and even developing groundbreaking virtual online games, establishing the world's most ranked black technology company. Ding, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, monthly sales exceeded 90 million and received a reward. Yixing Military Industry Factory, Ding, Dungeon and Warrior, with a daily revenue exceeding 200 million RMB, awarded by Alien Star Research Institute, Ding, the highest number of online users in League of Legends has exceeded 3.5 billion, and you will receive a reward. Virtual Device Production Line. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Game companies on the verge of bankruptcy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Pain. Pain, where is this? Lu Yu covered his slightly painful head and looked around in confusion. The Chinese-style room decoration, messy tabletop, and scattered office documents scattered all over the ground. What is this place? If I remember correctly, last night, he was still chatting with a famous first-tier female celebrity. Why did he wake up in a strange office? At this moment, a pile of unfamiliar memory images emerged in my mind. Lu Yu filtered through the memory fragments in his mind and looked at a face in the mirror in surprise. Is this a parallel world? As the memories in my mind become clearer now, Lu Yu has determined that he has traveled to another parallel world on Earth, and his identity is also that of a wealthy second-generation boss who controls the game company. But the only bad news is that this company is about to go bankrupt. Because a few years ago, this guy's parents unfortunately died in an accident, leaving only him and an 8-year-old sister at home. Therefore, as the heir, Lu Yu took over as the CEO of this gaming company. With the company's performance deteriorating in the past 2 years soon, the wealthy second-generation, who was a spendthrift, lost all his assets, leaving only a struggling Tinglong gaming company on the brink of bankruptcy. Lu Yu frowned and sighed. This guy is really a spendthrift. A soft buzzing sound. Suddenly, a light shone on Lu Yu's mobile phone screen, followed by a line of small white characters. Ding, Yixing Game Company, is starting up. Ding, successfully bound. Host. Lu Yu, company level. Level 1, own funds. 0, employee. None, games under the umbrella. None. Looking at this pixel-style game screen, Lu Yu couldn't help but feel a little curious. What kind of game is this? According to its operation prompt, Lu Yu quickly completed the registration of his username, obtained 300 complimentary coins, and then entered a recruitment interface. The entire recruitment directory only had one type of Alien Star Code Farmer unlocked. Alien Code Farmer, recruitment price. 300 gold coins, attribute. Possess the skills of a first-class programmer, working non-stop 24 hours a day. This status cannot be sustained for more than a month, otherwise employee attributes will decrease. Disadvantages. Lack of independent thinking ability, not good at speaking. Lu Yu raised his eyebrows and immediately clicked on the recruitment option. Ding, recruitment successful. Ding, summoning Alien Code Farmer. At this moment, a faint blue mist appeared before my eyes, gradually forming a deep and mysterious gate of starry runes. Then, a ferocious monster slowly walked out and stood in place in a daze. Its body resembles that of a human, with a bundle of neural data cables scattered behind its head. It is nearly 2 meters tall and covered with a mysterious layer of black light armor, resembling a fanatic unit in StarCraft. Looking at the scene before him, Lu Yu's mind fell into a blank and stunned state. What is the situation? Suddenly, a crazy idea came to Lu Yu's mind. Wait a minute, can we simply recruit employees through the mobile app of this alien game company, and summon them to the real world? Lu Yu took a deep breath and then turned his gaze to the nearby alien code farmer. Now, all employees have resigned, and the IP copyrights of the old game have been sold, leaving only one owner. This game company is already in a shell state, and it is only a matter of time before it goes bankrupt or goes bankrupt. But if he recruits a group of alien employees to remake some famous games from their past lives, perhaps it can revive the bankrupt Tinglong and even become the world's top-ranked game production company. The only problem is now, can employees in the alien game company be recruited repeatedly? Top programmers who work 24 hours a day must be recruited. Lu Yu gritted his teeth suddenly and then clicked on the recharge option in the upper right corner, preparing to recruit a few other star employees to form a work group. As soon as the conversation ended, a prompt popped up on the screen. Ding, you have cash assets of 300,000 renminbi, with a redemption ratio of 1.100. Do you want to recharge? Is there only 300,000 left? Then, let's exchange it for 150,000 temporarily. Lu Yu entered a string of numbers into the redemption interface and then clicked the confirm button. Ding, successfully exchanged, you received 1,500 gold coins. Ding, for your first recharge, you will receive one disguiser coat as a gift. Disguiser's coat, price 50 gold coins. Effect. Alien employees only need to wear this piece of clothing to disguise themselves as human-like. Looking at the scene before him, Lu Yu fell into contemplation. Disguiser's coat. Undoubtedly, this item is a must-purchase item. After all, the appearance of the alien coder is similar to that of aliens and cannot appear in human vision, so they need to obtain a suitable human identity. Thinking of this question, Lu Yu quickly recruited 4 alien code farmers and purchased 5 disguiser coats. Ding, recruitment, purchase, successful. Suddenly, a faint blue starry gate appeared again in front of Lu Yu's eyes. 4 alien code farmers slowly walked out and stood neatly in front of him, like several iron-blooded warriors from alien movies. As the equipment of the disguiser's coat is completed soon, a faint blue mist emerged from their bodies, instantly transforming into a towering and ferocious man about 2 meters tall, causing this spacious office to become crowded. Although these guys are still eye-catching in appearance, at least no one would suspect that they are a group of monsters. Once done, we need to consider which game to develop next. Lu Yu pondered and immediately recalled some famous IPs from his past life, such as Call of Duty, Hearthstone Legend, LOL, GTA, and a bunch of games that he couldn't recall for the time being. When Lu Yu was pondering this question, suddenly, there was a thumping sound on the door outside the room. Before he could fully recover, the room door was pushed open, and a petite figure peeked out half of its head, cautiously saying, "Brother, I want to have chicken legs for dinner. Today's exam. I scored 100 points." Chapter 2. Development Plan for Eating Chicken. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Brother, I want to have fried chicken legs for dinner. Today's exam. I scored 100 points. Upon hearing this sentence, a game word instantly came to Lu Yu's mind. Good luck, eat chicken at night. Where does this word originate from? Undoubtedly, it originated from a FPS game called PlayerUnknown. Escape by the Blue Hole Company in its past life. Its original origin was a casino movie, but chicken eating made this phrase more well-known to many people. Although this is a relatively simple FPS shooting game, however, its big escape mechanism, coupled with the urgent survival rhythm and weapon assembly system, gives this game a different charm. Moreover, the development difficulty of PlayerUnknown is not very high. The entire development process only requires completing some map and character modeling, ensuring that there are no serious bugs, and the stability of the server, to achieve a completion rate of 99% for this great escape game. After all, the key is the unique gameplay of eating chicken. Moreover, Lu Yu also has a group of alien employees who want to complete an FPS game that is not considered a 3A masterpiece. With their alien technology capabilities, it is simply as easy as pie. Well, let's decide to make this game. After a brief thought, Lu Yu quickly outlined the embryonic form of a chicken-eating research and promotion plan in his mind. At this moment, another childish voice interrupted his thinking. "Brother, I'm hungry." Upon hearing this familiar voice, Lu Yu's mouth curved into an awkward smile, and his gaze turned to the petite figure at the nearby door. "No problem, Jia Jia can eat anything she wants," he said as he spoke. His gaze carefully examined the appearance of the younger sister. Black hair, delicate baby fat face, silly and cute eyes, paired with a white dress-style school uniform, like a cute little angel, making people want to pinch her little cheek. Her name is Lu Jiejie, 12 years old. She was adopted by Lu Yu's parents a few years ago and is currently dependent on Lu Yu. "Thank you, brother." Lu Jiejie's cheeks lit up with a smile and she whispered, "Hee, I want to eat 5 chicken legs." Suddenly, her gaze caught the attention of several alien code farmers in the office, seemingly thinking of something terrifying. Her delicate little face showed a look of fear, and she cautiously asked, "Hey, brother. Are they here to collect debts?" Obviously, the fierce appearance of the alien code farmers made Lu Jiejie mistake them for a group of debt collectors. "No, you misunderstood. They are just employees in the company." Lu Yu squeezed out a smile on his face, gave a bitter smile, and turned his head and said, "Jiejie, when I finish these tasks, I'll take you to dinner. Is that okay?" "Oh, hurry up then, my stomach is so hungry." Lu Jiejie responded coquettishly, then hugged her teddy bear backpack and obediently sat aside to play mobile games. "Well, no problem." Lu Yu took a deep breath and immediately opened a work document. Now, he needs to write a game development plan. Whether it's the theme features of the game or map drawing, these things need to be described in detail, so that the group of alien employees can perfectly meet their requirements. The first is the fast pace of eating chickens, the randomness of weapons and resources, and the mechanism of weather influence. And the drawing of the map. Of course, the first step is to have a suitable game engine. Lu Yu kept recalling the game details about PlayerUnknown and the performance of famous foreign game engines in his mind, and then wrote them down in detail one by one. Dada suddenly, the entire office echoed with a rhythmic sound of keyboard tapping. Not long after, Lu Yu finished writing a brief plan. Although the content of the entire plan was not much, only a hand-drawn map of Jedi Island and some descriptions, it was enough for several Alien Star employees to complete the early development part of the game. Finally done. Lu Yu handed the proposal to the alien staff nearby and instructed, "Follow the requirements above to create a game engine for me, and then complete the modeling of Jedi Island." The other Star employees silently took over the proposal and then found a job position in the office to start building the game engine. Suddenly, a very eerie scene formed in front of me. I saw several big guys who looked like NBA players sitting expressionlessly in front of the computer, tapping the keyboard with both hands. The code on the screen was rapidly increasing at a speed that was difficult for the naked eye to capture. In just a few minutes, they completed 5% of the game engine's code writing. Moreover, the code they write seems to be mixed with some new programming languages. Even as a programmer with many years of work experience, Lu Yu cannot immediately determine the function of those codes in a short period of time. Looking at the scene in front of him, Lu Yu said in shock, "Well, according to the current progress, we can complete the development work of this game in 2 days." After a short period of observation quickly, Lu Yu noticed that the status of several other Star employees was very stable, and their work efficiency did not decrease at all. They were like a complete mechanical module, completely comparable to a top 100-person studio team. Lu Yu pondered and then waved to his sister beside him, "Jiejie, let's go eat." "Oh yeah, let's eat." A smile appeared on Lu Jiajia's cheek, like a hungry little kitten with shining eyes. She quickly followed behind Lu Yu and the two of them entered the elevator leading downstairs. "Brother, I want to eat 5 fried chicken legs." "You didn't lie just now, did you?" "Brother, why do you feel a bit different from before?" "Brother." Lu Yu casually touched her little head and asked in confusion, "What's wrong?" "Hee, you seem to be a lot more handsome lately." Upon hearing these words, Lu Yu couldn't help but feel a warm feeling in his heart and said slowly, I've always been very handsome." As the elevator doors gradually close at this moment, the lights in the corridor on this floor gradually went out, leaving only a few intermittent keyboard tapping sounds, instantly adding a touch of eerie atmosphere. Chapter 3. Engine Completion and Promotion Plan. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Guangdong City, Taoyuan Tower. Perhaps due to the holiday, there were not many customers in the restaurant, even including Lu Yu and his Lu Jiejia. There were only 4 customers, making this empty restaurant appear somewhat deserted. Eat slowly, no one is competing with you. #yuan%yuan %. Lu Yu glanced at his sister who was gnawing on fried chicken legs, sighed helplessly, and then looked at the nearby phone screen, preparing to study the functions of the alien game company. Although there was a recruitment process for employees from other stars, but he hasn't seriously studied this eerie mobile app yet. I saw on the screen the main interface of the Alien Game Company app. Member directory, game directory, props, recruitment, recharge, store. Hey, there's still a store. Lu Yu frowned and immediately clicked to enter the interface of the mall, which detailed some items labeled as Alien Star Series, as well as the value-added upgrade services of the app. Alien Server Unit. Obtain a set of alien information servers priced at 1,000 gold coins. Alien Energy Technology. Obtained research and development technology from Alien Energy, priced at 30,000 gold coins. Exoplanet Mechanization Technology. Obtained research and development technology for exoplanet mechanization, priced at 140,000 gold coins. Alien Virtual Reality Technology. Obtaining research and development technology for alien virtual reality, priced at 1 million gold coins. Alien Star. Suddenly, a hint of buy impulse surged in Lu Yu's mind, and he instinctively clicked to enter the recharge interface. But he quickly calmed down because the price of alien props is not cheap. Any one of them is a black technology level prop, with a price of tens of thousands of gold coins. Relying on Lu Yu's existing funds of over 100,000, these alien props are completely unaffordable. So, the most crucial thing at the moment is to make money. At this moment, a message popped up on the screen. Ding, the game engine has been developed, please name it. Looking at the prompt in front of him, a hint of disbelief appeared on Lu Yu's face. In less than 2 hours, 5 different star employees have created a top-notch game engine, which is simply the shocking speed of black technology. Engine name. Lu Yu pondered and then typed out a word on the keyboard. Longteng, first generation. Longteng engine. It signifies that Lu Yu's gaming company is about to reveal a ferocious Fong to the world, like a soaring eastern giant dragon. Since the game engine for chicken eating has been finalized, so this game is not far from the completion date, and now he must consider the game's promotion plan in advance. After all, each game needs sufficient promotion channels, otherwise they cannot increase their sales. Game reviews. Online advertising. Or should we invite some online water armies to build momentum? Suddenly, Lu Yu remembered a very popular online profession. Anchor. Indeed, finding a famous anchor to promote the game is a good choice. They have a huge fan base, and with some marketing methods, they can convert that group of fans into game sales. But we need to find a popular anchor. Lu Yu frowned and immediately opened the communication directory on the screen, trying to find a suitable popular anchor. Due to his previous status as a wealthy second generation, he has the contact information of many popular game anchors, so it is not difficult to find a suitable game anchor. However, the subsequent communication process was not very smooth. Many anchors refused Lu Yu's invitation for various reasons such as, not available recently, inappropriate activity type, too low price, and even some anchors ignored his phone number. Perhaps they believe that Tinglong Game Company has almost gone bankrupt and are worried about not being able to obtain the cost of the event. Alas, tea leaves cool when people leave. Lu Yu sighed and then deleted the contact information of these anchors. Just as he was about to give up his anchor promotion plan, his gaze noticed a phone number at the bottom of the communication directory, labeled as Su Qian. Su Qian. Looking at this name, Lu Yu fell into contemplation. If I remember correctly, Su Qian is a singing female anchor with a beautiful voice and sweet voice. She rarely broadcasts games, has a popular fan base, and has few scandals. She belongs to the mainstream of the broadcasting industry. Let's give it another try. After some thought, Lu Yu dialed this phone number. If Su Qian refuses the invitation, he will need to change another promotional plan to ensure that eating chicken has sufficient exposure during the game's release period. With a pleasant ringing of the phone quickly, a gentle female voice rang out from the other side of the receiver. Hello, hello. May I ask if Mr. Lu is looking for me for anything? Miss Su Qian, I would like to ask you to do a game promotion activity. Lu Yu pondered and then explained, this activity is very simple. You just need to play that game during the live broadcast and cooperate with our company to do some promotional work. But playing games is very difficult for me. No problem, just play it casually. You don't have to win this game. Lu Yu noticed the hesitation in Su Qian's tone and quickly said, moreover, I can take you to play for a while to familiarize you with this game. On the other side, Su Qian hesitated for 2 seconds and replied, since Mr. Lu doesn't mind the dishes I made, I'll take on this promotional activity. Upon hearing this, Lu Yu breathed a sigh of relief and said, Miss Su Qian, are you not afraid that I will owe you your salary? Hahaha, Mr. Lu, this joke is not funny at all. I'm still live streaming, next time we talk, goodbye. Well, next time we talk. As soon as the conversation ended, Lu Yu hung up on the phone. At this moment, Lu Jiejia noticed something unusual on this side and put down a fried chicken leg in her hand. She asked in confusion, brother, which little sister are you deceiving? Lu Yu gave a bitter smile and then reached out to pinch her upturned nose, saying, mind your own business, hurry up and eat. After finishing, we'll go home. Brother, I still want to eat ice cream. No way. Chapter 4. Development completed, internal test live. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. A few days later, within Tinglong Game Company. Finally completed. Lu Yu's pupils flashed with a hint of anticipation, and then his gaze turned to a game icon on the screen. After several days of staying up late and working overtime, 5 alien employees have finally produced the game, PlayerUnknown Escape, and have also carried out optimization work. To be honest, creating a AAA-level game masterpiece in just a few days is already a shocking thing, not to mention the extensive follow-up optimization and the development of some anti-cheating features. After all, the normal game development cycle can range from a few months to several years. Want to create a game in a short period of time? I'm afraid only alien technologies that do not belong to humans, such as alien employees, can do it. Now, Lu Yu needs to conduct a trial of PlayerUnknown Survival to ensure that it has no bugs. Suddenly, Lu Yu remembered a promotional plan he had made a few days ago. Perhaps Su Qian could join this live beta test, edit some interesting highlights, and hype up the online topic of the game. Thinking of this question, Lu Yu quickly called Su Qian to prepare for the next live broadcast. Soon, Su Qian replied to his message, no problem, please send me a download link and account for the internal test. But with the help of Lu Yu and Su Qian, they cannot complete a game together. So, a day ago, Lu Yu sent some professional players an invitation email for internal testing. As long as he found the game's bugs and the top 10 players in terms of performance, he could receive some cash rewards. Although the game has not yet been officially released, the generous rewards have still attracted many beta players. Lu Yu took a deep breath and then clicked on the game icon for chicken eating. A soft buzzing sound. As the screen darkened, the entire picture seemed to sink into darkness, and then a crimson dragon's shadow emerged, roaring into the sky. The words, "Dragon Game," gradually appeared below, ultimately forming a domineering and leaking company logo. Dang 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 dang. As the familiar BGM rings, a prompt pops up on the screen to establish a username. My game name. Lu Yu was stunned for a second, then tapped the keyboard and entered a game name from his past life. Brando. After Lu Yu followed the prompts to complete a game character's facial contouring, the game entered a dimly lit game hall. The character he created stood in the middle, surrounded by various firearms, armor, and medical props. Now. Just wait for them to join the room. Lu Yu skillfully established a room for game beta testing, and then sent the password and beta server download address to all players participating in the beta testing. Meanwhile, Su Qian's online live broadcast room. Her live broadcast content is as usual, singing casually, then reading some fan emails and organizing some gift drawing activities. Suddenly, an email message popped up in the bottom right corner of the screen. Internal test account and download link. Ha! Looking at the message in the email, a hint of smile appeared in Su Qian's eyes and she said slowly, "Ahem, I'm about to participate in an FPS-type game beta. As long as I kill more than 10 enemies, I'll draw a prize to give away 10 rare digital versions of the game." As soon as these words were spoken, the barrage in the entire live broadcast room became lively. Playing games. Surprisingly, the anchor can still play games. Hey, what kind of FPS game? +1, find the name of that game together. It's impossible to defend against it. I didn't expect you, the anchor with thick eyebrows and big eyes, to also receive advertisements. I'll bet 10 yuan that the anchor can only kill a maximum of 2 enemies. Hehe, if the anchor can kill someone, I'll live stream and eat shit. FPS type games, not to mention killing people, the anchor should think about how to survive a minute. Su Qian followed the instructions in that email and successfully started downloading the internal testing client for eating chicken. Suddenly, she noticed the discussion topic of the barrage and said mysteriously, "I can't say the game name for now, but I can reveal some information. Tinglong Game Company is about to release a new game." Suddenly, this sentence once again sparked the discussion of bullet comments. Tinglong Game Company. I haven't heard of it before. Is there still a game company like this in China? I haven't heard of +10086, an unknown spicy chicken company, have I? Hehe, the brother upstairs only said half of it. In the past, Tinglong Games had produced several high-quality games and was considered one of the good game merchants in China. However, after inheriting the company, the second-generation ancestor went crazy and made spicy chicken games. 6666, the anchor received an advertisement from a spicy chicken game merchant. GG, the anchor is about to lose his reputation. Don't play the spicy chicken game, let the host sing. Just as a bunch of bullet comments were frantically scrolling through the screen, the chicken eating client had already been downloaded and installed, automatically generating a desktop icon named PUBG. Cough, let's play games instead. Su Qian noticed that the rhythm of the barrage was not right, quickly changed the topic, and then clicked to enter the chicken eating game screen. Although the situation of Tinglong Games is a bit bad, however, she has already taken on this advertising job and must try her best to complete her promotion part to avoid causing some negative effects. Ha! You can still pinch your face. Following the game's prompts, Su Qian quickly pinched out a black ponytail girl character and entered a pre-established YY voice channel, calling out, "Hey, Mr. Liu, I'm in the game now, and what should I do?" As soon as he finished speaking, a deep and magnetic male voice rang out from the receiver. You're coming in. Then click on the room option in the upper left corner and enter the room. The password is 123. Suddenly, the barrage in the entire live broadcast room exploded in an instant. Who is this man, sleeping trough? Damn it, is this guy Su Qian's boyfriend? Hehe, it turns out that the anchor also has a master playing with him, no wonder he dares to play the game. By the way, this man's voice sounds quite pleasant. Whimpering, Su Qian actually has a boyfriend, my heart is broken. Looking at the scene before her, Su Qian's face showed a shy smile. Don't make a fuss, he is one of my friends. Let's continue playing games. During the conversation, the screen had already entered the loading interface for the start of the game. Chapter 5. Crazy Massacre, Death 98K. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As the game finishes loading at this point, the screen has entered the Birth Island area, with 100 player characters appearing at the same time, instantly causing the island to gradually become crowded, surrounded by incessant noise, as if it were a vegetable market in the evening. Looking at the familiar game scene before him, Liu Yu couldn't help but recall some memory clips of playing with friends, as well as maps and weapon information about eating chicken. Although the name of the game is exactly the same as that of the previous, Jedi Survival Escape, but it can be said to be a new game. After all, this game does not use the Frost Fork engine, but instead uses a new Black Technology game engine. Whether it is the game graphics or configuration optimization, it is much better than the previous chicken eating. For example, the negative optimization problem of eating chicken configuration. Now, Longting Engine Generation 1 has completely improved this serious optimization problem. Even a mid-range computer with the highest graphics quality can play smoothly, greatly reducing the purchase threshold for some players, and improving its graphics quality by several levels. It can be completely comparable to a famous single-player game in its past life. Graphics Card Crisis 3. As Liu Yu was lost in thought, the 60-second countdown was almost over. He quickly instructed, Su Qian, when we enter the game later, you follow me. Remember, don't hit people randomly. Su Qian was stunned for a second, then nervously responded, no problem, I won't shoot randomly. As soon as this sentence is spoken, the barrage in the online live broadcast room brushes across the screen again. Ha, you're still the singing anchor I'm familiar with, why not? Hey, has the game started? Why are there so many people? What kind of ghost game is this? A single game with 100 players online. Wow, a big fight. How can 100 players play? Did you notice? The graphics and rendering of this game are even better than some single-player games from abroad. 66666, the graphics quality of this game is unbeatable. Okay, with the graphics of this game, I will definitely buy it. Buy, ask for the name of the game. Hehe, Tinglong Games has always been deceiving people, so don't be too happy too early. At the same time, the same scene appeared in many live streaming rooms. Because many of the beta players invited by Liu Yu were online game hosts, they also conducted this internal test during the live broadcast, which aroused a bit of curiosity among all viewers. Although this game hasn't started yet, however, the top-notch game graphics and a game hall that can accommodate up to 100 players instantly sparked a barrage of inquiries from users. With the roar of the engine. Suddenly, all players boarded a Lockheed C.130 transport plane flying to Jedi Island. Looking at the flight path of this transport plane, Liu Yu quickly scanned the map and then marked the Y City area. Su Qian, press the M key to open the map, follow me to jump to the location of the red dot. Indeed, the resources of G-port and military airports are even more abundant. However, the route of this EP1-10 transport plane is slanting upwards to the right, which is too far from those positions. Therefore, Lu Yu decided to choose a resource-rich location. Y City. Upon hearing these words, Su Qian panicked and responded, "Oh, press the F key to jump to the red dot." Just as the two were chatting, the C.130 transport plane had already crossed the airspace over Y City. Lu Yu immediately pressed the F key, manipulating his character task to jump to the lower room area on the left side of Y City. Perhaps all beta players are playing Chicken Eating for the first time. Now, there are only 8 players in the sky above Y City, their landing positions are very casual and their speed is relatively slow. Even 2 players from the same team are scattered, and there is only 1 enemy player near Lu Yu. With his strength, eating chicken should not be a problem. It should be noted that Lu Yu once ranked within the top 100 of the Asian server and won several championship titles in solo competitions. He played a newbie game without any pressure. Lu Yu pondered and said slowly, "Su Qian, come with me. All the houses are randomly painted with some props, You should try to pick up as many medicines as possible." Su Qian. No problem. As he spoke, Lu Yu quickly manipulated his character to rush towards a 2-story house, quickly opening the door and scanning the surrounding ground. There was only a gray level 1 mocking spear, the Hua Duo AR-98K sniper rifle, and its 2 boxes of 7.62mm ammunition. Landing 98K. This is a very rare scene. Because the refresh rate of the 98K is not high, it is the strongest sniper rifle among all ordinary firearms. As long as the enemy is not a level 3 helmet, a headshot will definitely kill them instantly. However, if there are enemies near the landing site and you only have a 98K, it is often not good news. After all, the melee ability of the 98K is too weak. As long as the first bullet does not hit and kill, the outcome waiting for you is likely to be death. Suddenly, a faint sound of landing and opening the door came from the neighboring area. "Hey, is he in the right front?" Lu Yu frowned and skillfully picked up a Kar 98K sniper rifle and ammunition from the ground, then quietly headed to the adjacent housing area, preparing to solve this hidden danger and search for resources. At this moment, the door of the second-floor building next door is tightly closed. Lu Yu tentatively opened the door and quickly hid in the corner of the side wall, patiently waiting for the prey to appear. The enemy player seemed to be a seasoned FPS player. Upon hearing the sound outside the house, he picked up a UMP9 without hesitation and went to the second floor to observe the situation around him. However, he was unaware that his footsteps had already exposed their position. "So here." A smile curved around the corner of Lu Yu's mouth, and he then took a few steps back and aimed the Kar 98K's gun at the window on the second floor, like an experienced hunter. Suddenly, a black shadow flashed through the left window. Lu Yu's pupils shrank and he instantly pulled the muzzle to the left, then pressed the shift key to hold his breath while pulling the trigger of Kar 98K. With a loud bang, I saw a pitch-black bullet streaking through the barrel of the gun, emitting a faint orange flame that shattered the window glass at a speed invisible to the naked eye. It then penetrated the head of the figure and instantly burst open a crimson blood mist. As the figure slowly fell down suddenly, a message popped up on the screen, saying, "You used Kar 98K to knock down Babono with a headshot." Chapter 6. Who is hitting me? Where is the person? What am I doing? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Brando used Kar 98K to knock down Babono with a pop. Get it done. Lu Yu manipulated his character to quickly rush up the second floor and replace the fallen enemy player, saying, "Su Qian, there should be no one around. Let's continue searching." "Hey. Looking at a kill prompt on the screen, Su Qian's face showed a puzzled expression. What's going on? What happened next door? Although Lu Yu fired a shot in the head right next door, however, Su Qian was still in a daze, only hearing sounds and completely ignoring the killing process that had just occurred. At this point, the barrage in the online live broadcast room has already flashed. Wow, the live streamer's friend is really impressive with an instant headshot. Sleeping trough, the range of this map is so large. 6666, how did he know there was someone in the house? The anchor is so funny. Who am I, where am I, and who is hitting my state throughout the entire process? OB-type anchor, I want to know who the anchor's friend is. Sister Su Qian, please kill one. I see, I like playing this type of FPS game, buy it, buy it. Buy together, team up. An awkward smile appeared on Su Qian's face, and she said angrily, I just haven't fired yet. I'm going to start a killing spree soon. After saying these words, she followed behind Lu Yu, carefully searching for resources in the nearby housing area. As time goes by quickly, the two of them plundered all the nearby resources. Now Lu Yu's equipment is already an M16A4 rifle, as well as a quadruple mirror plus Kar 98K sniper rifle. Obtaining another 98K bullet bag can make up for the full configuration. Next, he is about to embark on a hunting journey. Is the black coat handsome? Wow, I found a VSS sniper rifle. Watch me block the killing, Buddha block the killing. At this moment, Su Qian is showcasing the game's character images to fans in the live broadcast room, featuring a black windbreaker, green helmet, gas mask, and a UMP-9 submachine gun, instantly making her character image appear somewhat eerie. Lu Yu sighed helplessly and then went to the rooftop of a 4-story apartment next door, preparing to search for the remaining enemy players in Y City. As for the other teammate, to be honest, Lu Yu had no intention of expecting Su Qian to kill a few enemies from the beginning, and he didn't even need to eat chicken, in the end. He only needed to use this live broadcast room to promote the game, which can be considered as achieving his goal. Quickly, he stepped onto the rooftop area of that apartment. At this moment, the scenery of the entire town is at a loss. The location of this rooftop is very good, and Lu Yu's sniper vision is very wide, with a wall as a cover. Find one. Suddenly, Lu Yu's gaze noticed a black shadow flashing in the distance, and he immediately opened his quadruple view, quickly aiming his 98K gun at the prey, searching for supplies. Well, about 500 meters away. Lu Yu estimated the distance of the prey in his mind, then lifted the sight up a bit and pulled the trigger without hesitation. A muffled bang. The 7.62mm bullet slid out of the chamber, whistling at an invisible speed and accurately hitting the prey's white helmet, exploding a crimson and terrifying blood mist. Suddenly, a message popped up on the screen saying, "You used Kar 98K to knock down Chen 1234 with your head. Nice." Lu Yu's mouth curved into a playful smile, and then he used a quadruple lens to continue staring at the environment around the fallen enemy. Because his teammates must come over to save people as expected by Lu Yu, after a few seconds of waiting, the teammate of that guy finally appeared in sight. He quietly ran behind a wall and cautiously asked his teammate to climb over and rescue him. You still want to save people. Lu Yu chuckled low and then aimed at a head behind the wall, decisively pulling the trigger. With a muffled bang, 2 kill prompts flashed again on the screen. You killed Lulikong .97 left with a Kar 98K headshot. You ultimately killed Chen 1234.96 left. However, Lu Yu's hunting has not yet ended. His 2 98K shots sounded like a signal, and other players in Y City heard these movements and gradually approached this area. Then, with his superior perspective, Lu Yu fired 3 shots and successfully killed 3 enemies. Suddenly, Su Qian's live broadcast room barrage flashed again. Sister Su Qian, your friend is crazily killing people, and you are still hesitating which piece of clothing to pick up. 6666, still banging your head, this teammate is a master. Based on my years of FPS gaming experience, this person has strong ranging and sniping abilities, with several super long-range headshots that are like driving a trailer. Anchor, please kill one. Sleeping slot, Anchor, kneeling for the name of the game, I also want to play, ... Just as the barrage of comments was raging, Su Qian's character had just changed into a black vest, ready to refute the remarks of these guys. Suddenly, a black figure entered the room. The two of them looked at each other and were stunned for a second. Then, the intruder panicked and pulled the trigger, blindly sweeping out a bullet and forcefully killing Su Qian, who was standing still. Hey! Looking at the black and white game scene before her, Su Qian said in a daze, where did that person come from? How did I die? Chapter 7. Cheats. Non-existent, offering a reward of 1 million. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey, how did I die? Su Qian's face showed a bewildered expression, and then she said pitifully, Mr. Liu, I'm dead. What should I do? Upon hearing these words, Liu awkwardly coughed and said, Cough, it's okay. Let's watch the battle and I'll avenge you. Su Qian. Oh, Mr. Liu, come on. At this point, Liu had already left the top floor area of this 4-story apartment. Now he must quickly clean up the nearby hidden danger. Judging from Su Qian's death location, that guy should still be hiding in the nearby housing area, like a cunning mouse that could easily bite people at any time. Hey, where is he? Liu manipulated his character to quietly bypass a wall and enter the area where his teammate had died, keeping a vigilant eye on the surroundings and maintaining a state of readiness to enter battle. Suddenly, he noticed a black figure flashing through the crack in the wall ahead. Originally, in this place, if you guessed correctly, that guy must have wanted to guard the corpse and wait for the prey to fall into the trap he set. Liu's mouth curved into a playful smile, and he immediately pulled out a dark green military grenade, tore off the circular safety ring, held it in his hand for 2 seconds, and then threw it forcefully in the direction behind the wall. With a soft jingle, the dark green military grenade swept through an arc and accurately landed behind the player, continuing to roll forward 2 laps with a gurgling sound. Hey, what's the sound? Upon hearing the sound of steel hitting the floor, the player seemed to sense something wrong and quickly turned to look at the source of the sound. It was a dark green military grenade. In an instant, the whole world seemed to fall into a state of silence. Looking at the scene before him, he could only shout out a desperate word. Fuck. Just finished speaking with a loud bang, the military grenade erupted into an orange-red flame, like the roar of a raging dragon, instantly devouring the player's figure. Suddenly, a game prompt popped up on the screen. You blew up your 1998.94 left. Su Qian. Nice, Mr. Liu is so amazing. Liu. It's nothing, ordinary operation. Just as he was about to say something vulgar, there was a sound of footsteps coming from the next door, followed by a burst of dense gunfire. Although Liu immediately hid behind the wall, however, the firepower coverage of the 2 players was still very fierce, leaving them with only 1/3 of their health in an instant and about to enter a dangerous state of imminent death. The last 2 people. Liu frowned and quickly analyzed the current situation in his mind. Now, the enemy team is about to surround him, so it's completely impossible to give him enough time to take medicine and regain health. So, the only way to survive is to take action first. Liu's pupils shrank, and he immediately leaned out of the wall. Right-click to open the mirror and aim at an enemy running in a snake shape. He hit the left button of the mouse 3 times at the fastest speed, instantly firing a burst of M16A4 triple-shot pressure shots. Poo-poo-poo-poo. Before he could regain his senses, the player instantly knelt down on the ground with empty blood. However, Liu's operation had not stopped yet. He quickly switched to another Kar 98K sniper rifle, then opened the scope and aimed at the head of another enemy, without hesitation pulling the trigger. With a loud bang, the 7.62mm bullet crossed an arc and accurately hit the running enemy's head, suddenly bursting a crimson blood mist. Suddenly, 3 consecutive prompts popped up in the bottom left corner of the screen. You used M16A4 to knock down Washi 007. You used Kar 98K to kill Haigui, .93 left. You ultimately killed Washi 007, .92 left. Ha, finally done. Liu Yu let out a breath and quickly manipulated his character to use a first aid kit, then swallowed a bottle of painkillers. In this short period of less than 5 seconds he first blew up an enemy hidden behind the wall, and then killed 2 surrounding enemies with his remaining blood. The whole process was seamless and breathtaking. At this point, Su Qian's live broadcast room had already been bombarded with a series of shocking bullet comments. 66666, Lotus Show. Invincible, 1 hit 2 with remaining health, instantly counter kill 2. Sure, this wave of operations is very provocative. Sleeping Trough, 1 person destroys the team, this person is terrifying to steal JB. If I remember correctly, he killed the entire town alone, it's terrifying. Wow, the dazzling operation, please don't show it off. Of course, there are also some barrage comments that seem to think that Liu Yu's operation is abnormal. They all spoke up and questioned, hee, every time it's a head-popping kill, is this guy using a cheat? As time goes by soon, these barrage of questioning formed a negative rhythm. Looking at the barrage rhythm in the live broadcast room, Su Qian couldn't help but feel a hint of anxiety in her heart. No, Liu is always the owner of Tinglong Games. How could he possibly cheat? As soon as this sentence was spoken, barrage comments began to blur with confusion. Although this passage confirms Liu Yu's identity, many bullet screen users still believe that he is a cheater, and there are even some intentionally disruptive guys who are slandering the game. A cheat. Upon hearing this sentence, Liu Yu sighed helplessly and chuckled jokingly, hee, I'll make a bet with you all. As long as you use cheats in this game for more than a minute and haven't been banned. So, I'll give you 1 million RMB, okay? Chapter 8 Home Delivery, Magic Tool. AWM. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Make a bet, I'm offering a reward of 1 million renminbi. Liu Yu's lips curved into a playful smile and he said slowly, as long as you use cheats in the game for 1 minute and are not banned, I will give you 1 million RMB. Cheating program. This is an unavoidable issue for FPS-type games. All online games have some cheating phenomena, even if game developers ban one cheating cheat today, another cheating cheat will continue to appear tomorrow. No one dares to say, I can completely eradicate this grey profit chain. However, Liu Yu dares to say that he can solve all the cheating cheats in PlayerUnknown. Escape. Because when writing game programs, Liu Yu had several other star employees join a black technology-level anti-cheat mechanism to avoid the proliferation of cheats like in previous lives of chicken eating. This anti-cheating feature, simply put, it means constantly monitoring the player's data status with an accuracy rate of 99.9%. As long as there is any sign of cheating, the account will be instantly banned. As soon as these words were spoken, the barrage of bullets in the entire live broadcast room instantly flashed across the screen. 66666, the owner of Tinglong Games. Sure, is Mr. Liu so confident? Mr. Liu, please take care of me. 666, offering a reward of 1 million renminbi, this wave is very strong. Sleeping Slot, I want to buy a game and cheat to earn 1 million. Buy, who can tell me the name of this game? Hahaha, as a game programmer, I feel like I have found a new way to get rich. Wow, who can tell where to buy this game? When the barrage of comments was raging, Lu Yu had already driven a jeep out of the range of Y City and towards the mountainous area in the center of the circle. Moreover, this driving process was quite arrogant, as he kept hunking his left button to lure out those hiding guys and then killing them again. Lu Yu's gameplay is very fierce and full of visual appeal, completing a Jedi chase game by forcefully executing the Jedi escape. As the scope of the safety zone continued to shrink, the players he encountered became more and more powerful, almost being surrounded by some fully staffed teams, and ultimately relying on rich experience to turn the tide. Soon, Lu Yu entered the second-to-last safety zone. At this moment, excluding himself, there are still 9 players hidden in the nearby jungle, dense forests, and some stone obstacles, making it impossible for Lu Yu to determine his next plan temporarily. At this point, his number of kills has risen to an astonishing 22. Although Lu Yu's 98k kill prompt is flashing wildly on the screen, however, Lu Yu's 1 million bet has gradually convinced Donmu that he did not use any cheats. Su Qian. Mr. Lu, I'm very nervous. What should I do? Lu Yu. Don't worry, we haven't shrunk yet. Su Qian. Mr. Lu, what is shrinking circles? Just as they were chatting, Lu Yu seemed to hear a faint sound of footsteps coming from behind. Hey, was this my mistake? Thinking of this question, Lu Yu quickly held down the Alt key and dragged his field of view to look towards the area behind him. He saw a figure lying on the ground, slowly wriggling towards him. And that guy is also wearing a green lucky outfit. If Lu Yu hadn't heard that faint sound, he probably wouldn't have been able to detect the figure of this Voldemort at all. Looking at the scene in front of him, Lu Yu raised his eyebrows and said, "Has the package been delivered to your door?" Upon hearing these words, both Su Qian and the barrage users in the live broadcast room were confused. What express delivery will be delivered to your doorstep? Su Qian's face showed a puzzled expression and quickly said, "Mr. Lu, at this critical moment, don't worry about the delivery." Lu Yu did not answer this question, but took out a P-18C pistol with a silencer and aimed it at the head of the Voldemort, instantly pouring out 25 9mm bullets. Poo-poo-poo-poo. With a dense sound of mufflers, Voldemort had not yet regained his senses, but had transformed into a weathered supply box. Nice. A smile curved around the corner of Lu Yu's mouth, and he quietly crawled to the location where the enemy had died. Then he began to lick his bag crazily, ha ha ha, Geely Fu, AWM, and a bunch of medicine. Brother, thank you for the delivery. Voldemort was stunned for a few seconds before angrily responding, "Wow, brother, you're like this. My mindset is exploding." After saying these words, the brother angrily returned to the game hall. Suddenly, everyone understood what doorstep delivery meant. 666, I see, there's also the saying of delivering packages. SF Express, our mission must be reached. To be reasonable, you can see Mr. Lu from a distance just now. Is that guy blind? Hehe, esports doesn't require vision. Ha ha ha, a must-have item for old Ian Bai. A silencer. Crouching slot, P-19C pistol, thief terrifying firing rate, As the delivery package was licked, Lu Yu's equipment was already a perfect masterpiece, fully equipped with M416 rifles, silenced AWM sniper rifles, and paired with a jungle protective colored Geely suit. Lu Yu took a deep breath and said in a slow voice, "The final round of the finals, the hunting begins." Chapter 9. 26 Kill, I have a bold idea. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Well, there are still 8 enemies. Lu Yu pondered and then turned his gaze to the nearby jungle area. Since he has obtained a Geely suit and AWM sniper rifle, he has no intention of continuing to linger in this place, waiting for the countdown to the reduction of the poison circle to end. Now, he needs to become a hunter. At this point, the scope of the safety zone is already very small based on Lu Yu's experience, the position of that giant stone is very dangerous, possibly hiding an enemy, or even a complete two-person formation, and blocking his path of advance. We must find a way to clear the hidden enemy on this side. Just as he was thinking about his next plan, suddenly, a violent gunshot rang out in the low slope area in the distance, followed by 3 killing prompts flashing in the bottom left corner of the screen. Han. Use AKM to knock down Swoney. Han. Use AKM. Headshot to kill Cook, 0.7 left. Han ultimately killed Swoney, 0.6 left. Lu Yu frowned and immediately threw a smoke bomb towards a distant location. With a soft popping sound. In an instant, a white smoke quickly emerged from the open jungle area, and its sound immediately caught the attention of the surrounding Voldemort. They all turned their eyes to the area of the smoke. Now, wait for the fish to take the bait. Lu Yu's lips curved into a smile, and he immediately aimed his 8-fold view at the area behind the rock. Soon, a head wearing a level 3 helmet emerged from that position. This guy is holding a 98K sniper rifle in both hands and constantly aiming, seemingly trying to find the culprit for throwing smoke bombs. However, the threat of death has quietly approached, accurately targeting his head. Lu Yu's pupils contracted, he held his breath and aimed, then decisively pulled the trigger. With a loud and muffled sound. I saw a pitch-black magnum bullet slip out of the barrel, instantly arcing through the air, accurately penetrating the head wearing a level 3 helmet, and bursting a crimson blood mist. Suddenly, a prompt popped up on the screen. Use AWM. Headshot to kill Aluka, 0.5 left. There are 4 more, it feels like. These guys are all lone wolves. Lu Yu took a deep breath and then crouched forward for a distance, quietly hiding behind a maple tree, carefully searching for the last few hidden enemies around him. Not long after, he found the trace of the second Voldemort. At this moment, the guy was hiding behind a tree, gazing at a dense forest in the distance, probably in a stalemate with another player. However, praying mantises catch cicadas, while yellow sparrows follow behind. Lu Yu quickly opened the field of view of the 8-fold mirror, then locked onto the leg of the figure and suddenly pulled the trigger. A muffled bang. Undoubtedly, the magnum bullet carrying the aura of death crossed the void, accurately penetrating the unguarded leg and instantly dealing .132 damage, completing a flash kill. However, Lu Yu's movements have not yet stopped. Just as he had killed the praying mantis, Lu Yu aimed his sights at a cicada in the distance, suddenly pulled the trigger, and fired another deadly black bullet, completing a deadly harvest without a doubt. The last 2 players have not yet regained their senses. The sound of Lu Yu's silencer rang out once again, and a player in the distance was about to transfer his position when a magnum bullet pierced through his head, instantly falling to the ground and dying. With that figure falling to the ground at this point, only Lu Yu and another lone wolf player remained in the poison circle. Nice. Looking at the scene of watching the battle in front of her, Su Qian exclaimed excitedly, "Kill 26, Mr. Lu Nyopai, there's one more person. We're about to win." Upon hearing these words, Lu Yu responded lightly, I know where that person is. Su Qian. Hey, where is that person? Where is he? Wait, I have a bold idea. Lu Yu did not answer this question, but instead put an AWM sniper gun back into his backpack, took out a black painted pan, and then approached the last survivor silently around the low field of view next door. At the same time, Wang Laoju's live broadcast room on Bilibili. Afraid, there's still one enemy left. Wang Laoju's eyes were fixed on the computer screen and he whispered, that person just went crazy brushing the screen, it was terrifying, I dare not even shoot. As soon as these words were spoken, his live broadcast room was flooded with barrage of comments with the words cowardly. Just as Wang Laoju was chatting with some viewers, suddenly, a deep and magnetic male voice rang out from the next door, "Hi, brother, are you looking for me?" "Ah." Upon hearing this, Wang Laoju was stunned for a second, then quickly stood up and looked quickly towards the area behind him. A figure stood beside him, holding a black frying pan in his hand, and suddenly swung it vigorously. With a loud bang. Before he could fully recover, the screen fell into a black and white death scene. Sleeping trough. Looking at the death message on the screen, Wang Laoju was stunned and said, "What's the situation? Why did this guy appear behind me and even use a frying pan to knock my head out?" Chapter 10. Good luck, eating chicken at night. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. As the last player was knocked to death by Lu Yu's black frying pan, suddenly, a message prompt popped up on the screen. Good luck, have chicken tonight. You use a frying pan to knock out Wang Laoju match. Finished. Nice, Mr. Lu Nyopai. Looking at the winning prompt on the screen, Su Qian seemed like a child who had received candy and exclaimed ecstatically, see, who said I can't win? I won first place. Suddenly, the barrage of bullets in the entire live broadcast room became lively. I see it, I'm a singing anchor for the entire OB. 23333, shameless anchor. Ha, like a war correspondent, invincible lying down and winning. Hey, what does good luck, having chicken at night, mean? Eating chicken. Speaking of chicken, let's talk about it, civilized you, me, him. Hey, dirt. So, here's the key question. Where can I buy this game? Speaking of which, what is the name of this game? Mr. Lu, when will this chicken-eating game be launched? To be honest, the graphics quality of this game is simply the pinnacle of domestic games. The picture quality is very good, but I'm worried that the old master's phone at home won't be able to afford it. Buy, kneel down for a game purchase link. Su Qian noticed some bullet comments and asked in confusion, Mr. Lu, would you like to answer the question about live streaming bullet comments? Upon hearing this, Lu Yu pondered for a moment, then entered Su Qian's live broadcast address and said slowly, no problem, let me first see what the problem with the barrage is. Quickly, he finished reading a bunch of barrage questions. However, Lu Yu did not answer all the bullet screen questions, but instead chose a few chicken-eating game questions to answer. Lu Yu organized the content he was about to say in his mind and immediately said, the name of this game is Player Unknown. Escape, abbreviated as chicken eating. The release date of the game is tomorrow noon at 12 o'clock. The configuration requirements for this game are not high, you can play it on any Chinese computer. A bet of 1 million yuan. If it works for a long time, whoever successfully cheats will receive 1 million yuan. As the question of eating chicken was answered one by one, the satisfaction in the barrage grew higher and higher, and even some tycoons brushed gifts to request an internal test account, which made Su Qianxin so happy that she almost gave away her game account. Su Qian looked at the barrage scrolling through the live broadcast room and said in an envious tone, Mr. Lu, you play the game so well. You're handsome and have a nice voice. I think opening a live broadcast room will definitely be very popular. What, starting a live broadcast? Lu Yu raised his eyebrows and immediately said, I'll give it a try in a few days. Indeed, this is a very good proposal. If he had a live streaming room on the internet, it could have some promotional effects for the game while increasing the popularity of himself and Tinglong games, without any harm at all. However, Lu Yu has no plans to become a professional anchor. After all, there is still a huge game company that needs to be managed to make him give up his boss status and become a professional game anchor. Well, it's very likely that there's a brain problem. Lu Yu chatted casually with Danmu, and then continued the chicken-eating journey with Su Qian in the second round. Su Qian. Come on, this round, I'm going to kill a lot. Lu Yu. Meanwhile, Jianyu Games Company. Now, in the spacious CEO's office, a sleazy-looking man is lying on a chair, his feet casually resting on the table, chatting excitedly on the phone. "No problem, baby." Wu Yu's face showed a lewd smile and he whispered, "In the evening, when you come to my house, I will definitely give you a very beautiful big gift." Suddenly, there was a rapid knocking sound outside the room. "Well, baby, let's talk tonight." Upon hearing the constant knocking on the door, Wu Yu hung up the phone with a gloomy expression and said in a tone that was not friendly, "Who is it?" "Urgent. Come in, the door is not locked." "Boss, it's me." As soon as he finished speaking, a fat middle-aged man walked into the door with a hint of panic on his face. He quickly walked up to Wu Yu and handed him a mobile phone. "Hooking." The obese middle-aged man took a breath and said vividly, "Boss, just now I saw the live broadcast of the Tinglong games Lu Yu. He seems to be preparing to release an FPS-type game." "What, Tinglong game?" Upon hearing these words, Wu Yu casually threw away his phone and said disdainfully, "Hee, what other games can they play for that company that is about to go bankrupt?" "But boss." "Shut up, in a few more days, Tinglong games will be completely finished." Before he could finish speaking, Wu Yu waved his hand indifferently and said sternly, "Get out of here, don't disturb me if you have nothing to do." Yes, boss." The obese middle-aged man squeezed a smile on his face, quickly picked up the broken phone, and carefully left the office. Suddenly, there was only Wu Yu left in the empty office. Once, he was also an employee of Tinglong Games. However, due to Wu Yu exploiting some internal loopholes to make money and being fired, he had always harbored resentment. Later, he embraced a Japanese company and founded Jianyu Games, in an attempt to destroy Lu Yu's gaming company. Recently, there have been many negative issues regarding Tinglong Games. That's right, they were all created by Wu Yu through some interpersonal relationships. Moreover, he also poached some of the core employees of Tinglong Games, putting the entire game in an awkward state of no one available, and even resorted to some unseen special measures. Looking at the scenery outside the window, Wu Yu's face showed a fierce smile and he said, I finally waited until this day."